Back over here in expression, I'm going to go ahead real quickly and list all the information I need to connect to my database. So, this is going to include my database name. These are comments, by the way. They're not actually part of the code. So my database name is going to be that whole piece. So it was DW Mikes underscore, and then we called it web demo. Did it have a capital D? No, it did not. Okay. We're also going to need the name of the table we're trying to access from the database, and that's going to be demo. We need our username. Now remember, our SQL username also had DW Mikes in front, so it's DW Mikes teacher. And then this is where encryption, when you do this for real in a real world setting, comes into play. Our SQL password we called pass123. Which, for those who are trolling my YouTube page, I will be deleting this database right after I'm done with it tonight. So, and it's not my password or anything else. So, we also need to know, well, not for a connection piece. That's all we need for our connection piece. So, here is how this whole thing works. We're going to create what's called a database object, a PHP database object. So it's going to take everything, stick into what's known as an array, and work with it, because it knows how to work with it through the predefined object that we're about to create. So this is creating a database connection. So we're going to call our variable DB. So remember, a variable has the $ in front, equals a new PHP database object, initials PDO. And this is a newer way to connect to PHP. Now, we're going to jump between apostrophes and quotations quite a bit. So we'll start with an apostrophe. We're going to say our MySQL host, MySQL colon host equals localhost, meaning it is on the same server that our website is on. Semicolon. DB name, that's the abbreviation at once, equals, we go up here and grab our database name, DW Mikes underscore web demo. If I can get the O, that would be great. Semicolon. Character set equals UTF-8. More often than not, our databases will deal with that. Once you get into more sophisticated, you'll be able to find situations where that's not the case. But for right now, and I can't exactly identify where it identifies that as what we use, but that's what we're going to use. So then you do another apostrophe after the 8. And then a comma, because we've taken care of that portion of the array. Now we're going to bring in our SQL username and password. So once again, an apostrophe, DW Mikes underscore, our name was teacher, apostrophe, comma, apostrophe for the password, which is pass123, apostrophe, comma, and then the following next 3 pieces are part of the array that PHP has pre-coded into it. So this is just going to be literal pieces of text here. It's going to go array, left parenthesis, and then it brings up some different things that are not described very well. So we're going to go like this. PDO, colon, so 2 colons. ATTR stands for attribute, underscore, emulate, underscore prepares space equals right tag. So it's going to prepare the database to be connected. This means it's moving on to the next process, setting it initially to false, comma, PDO, attribute, error mode in case it errors out, moving forward, =, right tag, PDO, error mode, exception. So it's going to show us if there's an exception. We have one parenthesis open here. We have another parenthesis open here, so we need two ending parentheses to the right, semicolon, to establish the connection. Very good. Now, how do we know if it worked or not? Let's go over to Site View. I'm going to go over to Publishing. And I'm going to go ahead and put video demo out on the server. And this might take a minute. And what we're going to do is once it gets up there, we're going to go try to open up the page in a web browser to see if it works or not. So this might take a little bit, so I'm going to go ahead and pause the video for this moment.